Hey, Brian.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How's it with you?
Everything's awesome.
Great.
Really, really good.
Great. Now, House of Lords been going for some time, and actually 1987, you became part of the band, I guess, 2006?
Yeah, well, James started actually contacting me in 2005, yeah, and then, but by the time the record was released, it was 2006.
Right. Now, the new album, Indestructible, Rockeyez gave it 5 out of 5. Do you actually read reviews or you know?
Oh, I read them all, man. I'm so proud of that record. I really am, and I can't thank you enough for your review. I mean, I've been very proud. I've seen nothing but great praises. One of them was so-so, but
right.
There's still. It depends. Like I think, like one of the people that reviewed it was like from a real heavy magazine or something like that. But he still liked it, though. There was still a lot of. But he doesn't like ballads, so whoever reviewed it doesn't like, these ballads got, why is that song on the record and stuff like that, so you gotta understand where people's,
right.
Train of thought are, so it was great though, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because it's a heavier site. See, our site basically covers, almost all genres. So,
Yeah, you do.
So, that's why I'm pretty happy with what we're doing. And like I said, Indestructible was 5 out of 5 reviewed by myself.
Thank you.
And no, I thought, people think, okay, you're going to review something, you listen to it once and start typing. It ain't like that at all, So, you really get...
I don't know if all reviewers do what you do, but really, I know you actually take the time to actually sink into the material and really listen to it before you go and just write something. Some people are so, will just, listen to it once. Okay, this is good, or yeah, this is,
Wow.
But I know that you really take your time with it, which is greatly appreciated by not just by House of Lords, but all the artists that you review.
Right. I don't know how you could just listen to it once and make a judgment.
Right.
I really don't, because first I got to put my headphones on, because that's when I get the best quality and sound of each musician, and listen to it over and over and over again, and first you like one song better than the other, I guess, just like a musician.
Yeah.
Today I like this song, tomorrow I like that other song, but I listen to the whole album. I mean, you really get an array of different styles, and that's why I appreciated that CD in particular.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, for example, the song "Pillar of Salt" is a song that I had written quite a while back. Of course, always keep in mind I don't write lyrics or melody lines or anything. I only have write the music part of it, and then I collaborate with BJ and Chris after that.
Right.
Just we have the same format in Maxx Explosion as well. We do the same type of thing,
Right.
But I had Pillar of Salt in, and I always said, man, I could really hear James singing this, because I always said the song to me had a little bit of a Zepp vibe to it, right. And I said, I kept telling James I have this, because most of the time, James, every once in a while we'll have a song on the record. Oh, actually, usually do from an outside writer. Usually, like there's maybe 1 or 2 tracks from somebody else that will get on the record.
Right.
And I kept, and usually they're more the ballad songs, believe it or not. I kept telling James, I have the song, I said that I think you're going to love. And I sent the track, and he flipped on it, which I was really happy, because it was something that I really thought he would like, But most of the time it's always the same, the format that I do. It's always the heavy riffs, and I learned how to go up to, learned how to, make the choruses melodic, change up things. I've had a great learning experience since I've been in House of Lords, writing-wise and everything. Right. Even right from the start when we did World Upside Down, that was, like I said, James had contacted me when I joined the band, and he says, look, we're going to I'm getting this new project together, and have you ever written melodic rock songs before? And I really wanted to play with the band because I was a fan of House of Lords anyway. And I said yes, and I've never written a melodic rock song before, but I said yes, absolutely, I do that. And
right.
But fortunately, some of the material I had right away, he was able to really work with. The first track I sent him was "I'm Free," and even though that's a heavier track, he still turned it into a very nice melodic song by the time it comes to the choruses. That's James's brilliance right there. He'll take like anything heavy that I give him, right, and make it into what House of Lords is supposed to sound like. You know, he's just got that. He's great like that.
Right. Now with the new album, you were mentioning it to me. James really let you like free will it. Like he let you go any direction, or a lot heavier as this particular CD. Does he talk about that, or it just says, give me what you got?
Well, I think I was always pushing like that. Like I said, I was always trying to go into that direction a little bit, but always still keeping the keyboards and everything in there. I always have to keep that in mind, that there's going to be keyboard layers in there, because we don't want to lose the House of Lords sound.
Right.
If you minus the keyboards out, then it's going to change, and I don't want to. We don't want to do that. We don't want to make the fans like go, it's as it is. That we've been very grateful that they've accepted. Most of them have accepted the new way of what we're doing material. A little more guitar orientated, and with the keys really highlighting everything. Right. So that being said, after we did the Precious Metal CD, and I threw a lot of heavier tracks at him on that one. I had to come back strong because I was going through a real bad period in my life, personal stuff, when Big Money came out. So I was like, I knew I had a new record, and I really wanted to make Precious Metal like, something different. So all these songs and with these heavier riffs came in, and Battle was one of them,
Right.
And that song, just really tears it up. So as he accepted more and more of the heavier and faster songs that I was sending him on Precious Metal, I figured I would try to continue that vibe that I was sending him on that record into this. And it seemed like everything that I was sending him, he really dug. I mean, usually, I'll go to James with a whole bunch of songs, and, he'll reject a bunch. He'll say, "Oh, this is good. Nah, this isn't." But this one, I think there was only one or two songs that didn't make the cut that I sent.
Right.
And I was very happy about that. And we just, he did an amazing job with it. I can't say enough about him. Stand and Deliver was the first track that I sent for the new record. It was a track I had already written, and I had it. Actually, I was going to use it for somebody else, another artist.
Right. And
I said, well, let's try and send this. I was talking to BJ about it. I said, let's send it to James. Maybe he'll like it, And sure as hell, he loved it. So that started the ball rolling. Once I knew he accepted something like that, then I started, sending everything else.
Right. And
it just seemed to work out great.
Right. Now, do you use the same format for Maxx Explosion?
Yes, actually, we do, except with House of Lords, I write most of I go to the band with more of a structured song with that thing, and I go bounce it off of BJ, and pretty much Chris will leave it alone, and BJ, he might arrange a couple things because he's a great arranger,
Yes.
But with Maxx Explosion, everybody writes in that band. Chris has a huge amount of songs that he does. And, he's very creative. He's very, intelligent with a lot of things that he likes. And BJ comes up. BJ has a knack for writing all the really nice ballady songs on the record,
right,
which some of them, those are my favorite, So Maxx Explosion is definitely more of a collective effort. I still do the same thing. I will, go with almost complete a song. If they like it, they'll leave it alone. If not, they'll chop it up a little bit and, make it where they feel. Because Chris now is, it's not James singing. It's Chris doing all the lead vocals for Maxx. So he's got to be comfortable in where he's going with the song,
Yeah, right. When you played the Melodic Rock Fest last year and stuff like that, and it looks like that's the end of that chapter of Melodic Rock shows.
Yeah, sad.
What's your feelings on that?
Well, I really feel Andrew did a great job with it. He tried really hard, and it's once again, it always comes down to a lot of the type of fans that are in the U.S. and where the music is in the U.S. If you're doing them, there's melodic rock festivals over Europe all the time. It's it's nonstop over there, and they always sell out huge. Always, they're always packed, and it's like I said, I think it's just what's going on in the U.S. It's a hard market. Although I do feel that a lot of it's starting to do a turnaround again. Like people are getting more familiar with that music again. There are more bands going back to that era of music. Just for example, I mean, even our this Indestructible CD got reviewed by a lot more U.S. Marketed stations or whatever, websites, everything, radio stations, than it has before.
Right.
And the reviews have been all really good from that. So I'm thinking that there's a turnaround a bit.
Right.
It's what? It's too bad. It's too bad that you have to have, when you want to do one of these melodic bills, it has to be something like the M3 Fest where you got to pile 100 bands of that same genre.
Yeah, it's true.
Or it is. It's sad because it makes it tough for bands like House of Lords is planning a U.S. run this year. Because we're starting at the end of August and we're working our way out to California. Matter of fact, I should be having all the dates this week, but I know because we're playing the Whiskey A Go-Go in L.A. on September 11th, and then we have another show, I think maybe in Vegas on the 12th. But we're doing a run heading us out there, and then we come back and we have a few shows around before we leave for Europe.
Right.
But it's just a little harder because I really want people to really see the band and really get into what we're doing. And it's still a little bit hard of a sell in the U.S., but there are bands out there doing it. For example, I went down to Mohegan Sun the other night,
right?
And Mark Slaughter was playing. I saw Slaughter, and they had a really great crowd in there in the Wolf Den. Granted, it's a free show, and you just got to wait in line to get in there, but it was still a real. It gave me a lot of encouragement seeing that, that there was that many. I saw Vixen there as well. I went and talked with Roxy and stuff because I know her from years ago, and Jan is local, and so it was just great to see that.
Right.
That they were, that they got that many people in. So, that, like I said, when I see it, it gives me hope because they're there by themselves. They're not there with, 3 other support bands of that genre.
Right. Now, let's go to Frontiers Records. Okay. I mean, they have to be one of the better labels in the world, actually. I mean, they're bringing you Trickster, who's really an 80s band. They're bringing you House of Lords, which is a melodic type band. And then you bring in Veronica Freeman, which is a lot heavier, than most bands that are signed to a melodic label. They have Sebastian Bach, too.
Right.
What's your feelings on the directions of Frontiers? I know they're a great label, but let's go to House of Lords and being on Frontiers.
Well, I'll tell you, I have to respect Serafino and Mario there. They do an amazing job. I mean, there's no second guessing that label. They have every big band from our era on their label. You can't not see that. I mean, you know, White Snake, you know, everybody's on their label.
Right.
Out of all fairness, I have to say, even though they have bands bigger than House of Lords, for sure on the label, you know, the White Snakes, the Journeys, everybody, they do an amazing push on House of Lords when a record comes out.
Right.
Like when this record came out, all of a sudden it was everywhere. I mean, there's nothing that they don't leave unturned when they're going out to promote a record. And they really do. And I feel he does that with, you know, a lot of his bands, you know, because I saw it with Trickster as well. You know, they're not shy about doing that. And, you know, so I'd have to say I'm very pleased that House of Lords is on that label.
Right.
And I feel they do a great job. You know, they're really, really great. And, you know, we played the Frontier Fest in Milan, Italy, about a month and a half ago.
Wow.
And it was great. You know, I actually met Serafino, who recognized me first. I was downstairs getting a salad in the hotel restaurant, and he walked in and he goes, "Hey, Jimmy." He goes, "You know, Serafino." And I went, "Oh my God, you know, I've never met the man." So it was great, and he actually rode over to the gig with all the guys from House of Lords.
Cool.
Him and his wife and his daughter and everything. Very, very almost not what I expected.
Right.
You know, he had longer hair and everything. You know,
Right.
he was really hip.
Cool.
So,
Cool. Now let's go to Maxx Explosion, which is on Kibble Records, who's
yep.
one of the top indie labels really in our
Sure
country, you know?
Yeah, he is. John's an amazing person. You know, I can't say enough wonderful things. He's a real go-getter.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's got his bands that that I feel he does really, you know, great with us. I mean, obviously his main band I feel is Tango Down because he's known Riff forever. They've been best friends forever. So and it's totally understandable about that.
Right.
But I remember when Max's first CD came out, Forever,
right.
he did an amazing amount of push on that CD. He got it in Fireworks, I think that's the name of it, Fireworks magazine over in Europe, and so he utilizes what he has to the max for his label. It's a great label to be on, and he does a great job.
Right.
He really he's a good soul too, good person.
Yeah, I know Tango Down. I really like them, and they got a new singer. I can't wait to hear what this guy sounds like. Plus, you know, Scott in the band is amazing guitar. So you know,
we actually fed him. They got their bass player Axel from us because Axel and Chris are good friends. Chris built Axel a bass and everything.
Right. And
Axel and I started talking years ago. Like I was the first one he had communicated with because he was a guitar player. He was a big fan of Rob Marcel from Danger and me, and he somehow got my number. I think I gave it to him over the internet, and he called and we talked, and he was just this eager 16-year-old kid when I talked to him, and he shifted over to bass, started talking to Chris a lot, and he made a visit up to Connecticut when House of Lords was playing, and we let him get on stage and play with us, and he knew Cartesian Dreams, like, to a T.
Right.
And he played it, and there was some videos of him playing it, and I think, so when Tango Down was looking for a bass player, I think that's where John actually got it from. You know, he just kind of like, hey, this kid's good. He looks great.
Right. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams, you know, from being in Joint Forces and stuff like that, that you would be at this point in your music career at this time?
Well, you know, Brian, I had always hoped for so much. You know, you know my history. I've had so many things open. You know, I was, you know, second in line for Ozzy back with Zakk Wylde. Right. Between him and myself. You know, I played with Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath. I mean, I had so many things that doors that almost opened and then shut. That's the only way I could say them. But, it kept me going because of that. If I don't know, it's like if I never had any opportunities thrown at me since joining forces, I don't know if, I doubt I would have quit playing, but I don't know what I would have done,
right.
But I kept having these things happen. Even the, doing the tracks for the World Wrestling Entertainment and stuff,
right.
That was another thing for a while. I was doing that. So that was things like that always kept me, my spirit up and everything. And, James always said, once I got in the band, he goes, things will get better. We're going to have to, take it almost right from the start. And we did. I was just so happy that the first album, World Upside Down, got the response it did.
Uh-huh.
I think people were kind of freaked out on Power and the Myth when they did it. And even though it's a really good record, the fans didn't like the change that they were
right.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they really liked World Upside Down. And then Come to My Kingdom came, and then Cartesian Dream, so
right.
things always, kept going. And, I was, like I said, when Big Money came out, I was at a really bad point in my life personally. I even missed a tour. They had to get Rob to play guitar for me and everything, and that's like a terrible point in my life. So I had to, come back and show what I was, what I was made of, pretty much that I could do this, and so it came back strong. And now this record, the reviews that it's getting, and the fact that we're getting calls, like the whiskey got in touch with us.
Right.
We're getting calls from all these things now. We're playing Loud Park in Japan,
right.
in Tokyo, on October 10th. I mean, the bill that we're on is mental. I mean, there's, we're on the same day as Anthrax, Slayer, all this. I go, what are we doing on this bill? We're nowhere. We're nowhere. I mean, they do have a few other bands that are like us, the melodic stuff.
Right.
But it's pretty scary when you look at the lineup. I'm going, wow, this is,
right.
It's a little weird. But like I said, they called us.
Right.
Now, last year, when we did Precious Metal, our Precious Metal was the number one import over in Japan.
Right.
So we, I think Japan is waiting for us to come there. James hasn't been to Japan since the original House of Lords, and they didn't even play there. He told me. I thought they played there, but I guess apparently they went there with Greg and did some promotion stuff. Like acoustically and things like that. So this is really, really great that we're on this bill.
Yeah.
Very, very honored.
Wow. So what's the next step for House of Lords and Maxx Explosion? I mean, you put actually 2 albums out, right? One House of Lords, one that's Maxx Explosion.
Yeah. Well, we Maxx Explosion is we try to keep it separate. Although it's great to have the tool of House of Lords. It has helped Maxx Explosion a lot because it has gotten Maxx exposed to the Europe audience. Mm-hmm. and everything. But I think what our goal is with Maxx, I know right off the bat is more videos, and we're going to be doing, we're always going to be doing more records, and I know that Maxx is in the process of putting together some Europe things because we want to get over there to Europe more with Maxx because we have a good market over there for that. House of Lords. Now we've toured Europe so much, and we will always continue to tour Europe. But I'm thinking that, from what I'm gathering from James, is he wants to really get this U.S. market running. He wants the band to start building and doing whatever we have to do to build back up in the U.S.
Right.
Like the band was originally back in the day. They were on tour with Cheap Trick and the Scorpions and all this.
Right.
So we want to do something like that again. So if we have to go out and bust ass in club venues and stuff in the U.S., we're going to do it. because we want to, the band to build in the U.S. again.
Right. That's really cool. Jimi Bell, Indestructible.
Yes, sir.
5 out of 5 on Rockeyez. I got to say that a couple times. So
I love it. You always treat me good, Brian. You're definitely a great guy, man. I love seeing you when I get to see you at the festivals too. It's always it's good to hang with you. You're always so friendly and great to all the other musicians.
Yeah, but
you have the respect of many artists, which is a total great thing.
Right, but the best thing for me was when you were on stage at Melodic Rock and you said hi to me on the stage. You don't know how that makes people feel when you know who they are and you say, "Hey, Brian, what's up?" Like right on the stage. I got chills.
Oh man, I would do that forever. Even if you came over to Japan, I'll say hi to you from the stage.
Wow, it was great, man.
In front of 40,000 people. There's Brian from Rockeyez.
There you go, man, Jimmy. Our friendship is solid, and I really appreciate everything you do for us at Rockeyez and myself. And congratulations on Indestructible. You want to say anything to the fans out there before we end?
Yes, I just want to say thank you so much for loving this new record and all the great reviews and the great responses I'm getting from the fans on this record is. I can't even tell you. I get emails, messages on Facebook all the time, inboxes, everything that you're just telling me that they love this new record, record of the year. They're all going nuts on it. I'm very pleased, and they're complimenting my guitar solos a lot on this record, which is good because I got to get loose a little more on it.
Right.
James let me do what I wanted to do solo-wise a little bit more and everything. And so I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see all the fans out on tour. We will be doing a U.S. run for sure, and we're hoping to be doing a lot of the U.S. festivals coming up.
Cool.
And I hope to see you all there. But Europe, we'll always see you. And we're going to be heading out on tour in Europe in September 23rd we leave, I believe.
Cool.
So, if you have any friends in Japan, please tell them to come and see us, Brian, over there.
Oh, yeah, I will.
All right.
Thanks so very much, James.
All right.
Jimmy.
You're the best, man. I'll
Bye-bye.
talk to you soon.